Hey there, this is LaQuita with QuitabugHandmades.com, and thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited to announce the second feature of April Club Quitabug, which is the Truly Tailored Bundle. So when you purchase the bundle, you get the stamp set as well as the coordinating punch that goes along with this stamp set. This is a really great bundle and it's actually on the retiring list. So this is a great one to go ahead and take advantage of getting now while you still can. So I think that you guys are going to really enjoy the free project kit that I'm going to share with you today to go along with this bundle. So let's go ahead and take a look at that project kit and I'll give you all the details about Club Quitabug as we go. So here's that Truly Tailored stamp set up close so you can see there are a ton of different sentiments to choose from in here, and I love the masculine feel of this stamp set. And then you can see there are images in here that coordinate with the punch. You could even get this dad sentiment in there, and then you've got these little add-on images. So really great stamp set. So in addition to the Truly Tailored bundle, which you save 10% on when you purchase in my online store. In addition to that, I'm also going to be using Chocolate Chip and Tranquil Tide. Remember, Chocolate Chip is one of our retiring colors. So I'm going to be using that. And then there's also a Stampin' Right marker combo pack available in this suite, in the Truly Tailored suite. And I'm going to be using these as well. And then I've just got a few other supplies. I've got dimensionals, my bone folder, tear and tape, paper snips, and my fast fuse. So to be a Club Quitabug member, to get the free project kit in the mail from me, remember all that you have to do is place a minimum $35 order in my online Stampin' Up! Store, and that's $35 before tax and shipping. And to receive the Truly Tailored free project kit, you have to place your order between April 16th and April 30th. So I know this video is coming out on April the 20th, 2018, but if you've already placed an order between April 16th and now, that means that this is the free project kit that you're getting. So all you have to do, minimum $35 order in my online Stampin' Up! Store. Make sure that you use the hostess code that's right here on the screen. That's how I'm gonna know that you're wanting to receive this free card kit in the mail from me. If you are spending $150 or more, I suggest not using that hostess code so that you can earn your Stampin' rewards. If your order is $150 or more, you will still qualify for the project kit even if you don't use that host code. So let me show you the projects that we are going to create. I really love them. So this is the first card that we're going to create. Isn't this a fun one? I really, really love the use of this punch to create a decorative background. I think that is so much fun. I love this card. So hoping your birthday is as grand as you. And then this is the second card. Love this card. You've got that seaside embossing folder in the background. Add some nice texture to this card. And then this Night of Navy corduroy ribbon. I love that. And then the buttons, just so much texture happening on this one. So this one says, to a classy kind of guy. And then you've got this great little gift box, wishing you a dapper day. I love the mustache at the top. Got some nice ribbon wrapped around. So I used the Lots to Love Thinlit dies, or box Thinlit dies, I think it's called, which is on the retiring list. This is just such a great die. I love this little treat box. So all you have to do is untie the knot, open the box, so you don't have to tear up the package to get in here. So I really love how all three of these projects turned out. So let's go ahead and get started and I'll show you how to create all three. All right, so when you receive your free project kit in the mail from me, I always make sure to package it up nice and neat for you guys. So everything will be laid out, easy for you to see all of your different consumable supplies. Here's the box on top. And then you've got two very vanilla envelopes at the back for your two cards. And then you've also got a full color PDF that has a picture of the projects as well as all of the supplies and measurements used to create these projects. All right, so I'm going to start first with this card. And in your kit, there is a little bag of buttons. So you're going to need these buttons. So I'm just going to sit these right here for now. I'll just sit them over here, actually. Okay, so I'm going to take this little piece of Very Vanilla and do some stamping. So I've got my sentiment here, hoping your birthday is as grand as you. I'm going to use the Stampin' Right marker combo pack. So I've got the Tranquil Tide here, and I'm going to color in all of this sentiment except for the word grand. So I'm just going to drag the side of my marker across the words and color this in, ink it up. Okay. And then I'll do the word grand in chocolate chip. Okay. And then to stamp this down, all I'm going to do is put a little breath, remoisten the ink, and center this up and stamp it. Perfect. And then you've got 2 colors there for your stamping. That is so much fun. All right, so then you've got this piece of Tranquil Tide cardstock. So what I'm going to do here is I want to center my sentiment up on this piece. And then I'm going to bring in my Tranquil Tide ink pad. I'm going to use the full-size ink pad. You don't have to if you don't have that. If you just get the combo pack, you can use the Tranquil Tide marker. But I'm going to go ahead and use my full-size ink pad. And I'm just going to create a little border, I guess I would call it, around this sentiment. And I'm just going to eyeball this. So if it's not perfect, I'm okay with that. So I think I want this image to go right about here, so let me just move this. So you can see that's not even totally straight. I'm okay with that because this is gonna just kind of butt up to that image. So I'm gonna go ahead and stamp this a couple of more times. Try to line it up a little bit. That was way off, but I'm still okay with that. Okay, and then that's going to go on like that. So it doesn't even matter if it's not exact. Now I'm going to do the same thing under the bottom. So let's see. I'll just scoot this up a little bit. If you wanted to be more precise, you could measure this out. It doesn't bother me. I kind of like how it looks. Okay, and then just like that. So you can see now I've just got that stamped on, and then this piece is going to go right on top, just like that in the end. Okay, so now in your kit you've got all of these pieces of designer series paper. I think this is called the True Gentleman Designer Series paper, and this is on the retiring list as well. So if you love it, get it now. So I'm going to take my punch and I'm going to punch out 2 of this image on each of these pieces of designer series paper. Just get these all punched out. So your designer series paper that will be included in your kit, it could vary. This is the paper that's in this particular kit for the video, but you might have 4 different pattern strips than what you see here. But it'll be from the Truly Tailored or the True Gentleman Designer Series paper. So now what I'm going to do is bring in my card base. This is a piece of Night of Navy cardstock. And I'm just going to go ahead and give this a nice fold here with a crease. Okay, there we go. And then what we want to start doing is adding these pieces down to create our little background. So I'm going to start with this one, and I'm going to put this one down. So just use my fast fuse. I'm going to have this one kind of hang off of the edge a little bit. Okay, I'll just put it, yep, right there. I think that's straight. Then I'll do one of these, line that up next to it. Right there. Take this one, put that in between here. Okay. Add this one right here. Okay. let's see, take another one of this one, add that right next to this one. This is so much fun. I feel like I'm putting together a puzzle. It's a lot of fun. I like it. Okay, and then I'll take this little guy. Another bit of fast fuse. So this one's also going to hang off of the edge. We'll put that there. This one is not even going to be seen because the sentiment's going to cover it up, but I'm going to go ahead and put it down anyways right here, even though it won't be seen. Okay, and then this last one, this is going to really hang off. So I'll just put a little bit of fast fuse right here at the top. And then put it right in there, just like that. Okay, so now this is what we have. So I'm just going to flip this over, bring in my snips, and I'm going to trim off the overhang. All right, so I've got that all trimmed off, and now you've got this really fun background made using a punch. I really love how that looks. That's just a lot of fun. All right, so now we can build up the rest of the card. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this piece, throw some dimensionals on the back of this. All right, got my backings off, and I'll just add this on. I put this off to the side. Oh, let's see, scoot it up a little bit. I guess I'll put it right about here. That should be good. Now I'm going to take my sentiment. I'm going to add some fast fuse on this left-hand side. Then you've got a piece of linen thread. I'm going to stick the end in that thread, and I want to wrap this around 3 times. Okay. All right, so that's enough. Snip that off. And then I'm going to go ahead and add dimensionals on the back of this piece. So I'll just put this, center it up in my crooked stamping. Put it right there. Okay, that looks good. Then in your button bag, you have got a larger, one single button that's a little bit larger than the other two. Come out of there. I'm going to take this button, and with the leftover bit of twine that I have, I am going to put that through. Actually, let me get these kinks out. Okay, there we go. So I'm just putting both ends through the back of the button. So once you've gotten both pieces pulled through the back, if I can show you, pulled through the back of the button, what I'm going to do is bring in my glue dots. Okay, and then I'm just going to do 2 glue dots on the back of this. Okay. And then I'm going to push my button down on top of that twine that I've already got there, or that linen thread that's already there. And then this is going to give me a nice anchor to tie a little bow in the middle of my button. So first I did a knot, and then now I'm doing a bow. Very easy. Pull it tight, pull your ends to get your loops how you want them. I think that looks pretty good. And then I'm just going to trim this off. And there we go. Our first card is complete. There it is. Love, love, love this card. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into project number 2. So I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way, and I'm going to take this piece of very vanilla cardstock. I'm going to bring in my chocolate chip ink pad. Now remember, again, if you just bought the combo pack, you can just use your Stampin' Right marker. That's totally fine. I'm going to go ahead and use my full-size ink pad, and I'm going to stamp to a classy kind of guy. You've got a lot of sentiments in this stamp set, so if this isn't the one that you want to use, feel free to use a different one. You've got a lot of choices that you can choose from in this set. There we go. So I'm gonna let this dry for just a second, and then I'm gonna bring in these other pieces of cardstock. So you've got Night of Navy, Crumb Cake, and then you've got Tranquil Tide. So we need our punch, and we're just gonna punch out one of these images from each piece of cardstock. And then let's go ahead and punch out that sentiment now. So just line it up, center it up, punch. Okay, so we can set this to the side for now. Let's go ahead and build up the base of the card. So I've got a piece of Tranquil Tide cardstock here. I am just going to give that a nice crease. Alrighty, and I'll do this side. And then I'm gonna take my already embossed piece. So you can see I've already embossed this for you using that Seaside embossing folder. So a lot of texture happening here. So I've got some more of that designer series paper from the True Gentleman designer series paper stack. I'm going to be generous with my fast fuse because I'm adhering this onto a very textured piece of cardstock. And I'm just going to center that up, put it right there. Then you've got this great corduroy ribbon. It feels so soft. I love this ribbon. Night of Navy is the color here, so I'm going to put this across the center, but I'm going to go ahead and put down some fast fuse first, and then center it up, flip it over. Okay, so there's that. And I want to put this on the front of my card with dimensionals. Alrighty, so got the dimensional backings off. Whoops, just stuck one back in. And I'll go ahead and add this on to the front of my card. Center that up. Okay, put that down. There we go. I just love these little bow ties on the designer series paper. I think that's so cute. Cute. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take these three pieces that we punched out, and I'm going to bring in a pair of snips, and I'm just going to cut each of these in half, right down the middle. And we are going to stretch this punch a little bit. Alrighty. So what I'm going to do is take the sentiment, and I'm going to start with the Night of Navy pieces, and I'm just going to add some fast fuse here around the edge, and then I'm going to put this, oh, this is upside down. What am I doing? No, it wasn't upside down. Okay, I don't know what I just did. Okay, so I'm just going to add this on, and it's kind of like stretching the punch. You're making the punch bigger than it really is by cutting it in half. So I'm making a little frame or border around the stamped image. Isn't that cool? So now you've got a bigger version of that punched out image. So now I'm going to do that again, but this time for the Tranquil Tide. And now again for the Crumb Cake. More adhesive. Okay. All right, and so now we've got this cool layered looking sentiment. Isn't that neat? I really like how that looks. Fun. I'm gonna go ahead and add some dimensionals to the back of this as well. So it's just a great way to stretch your punch and get more uses out of it. Okay, so I've got dimensionals on the back. We'll go ahead and add this on. Put this in the center. To a classy guy. Right here, looks good to me. Okay, there we go. And then the last step, you've got in your button bag 2 more buttons. So take those buttons out, bring in the glue dots, and this card is just full of texture. So I'm just gonna add, well, there we go. I think I'll go ahead and add 2 to the back of each button, just because this corduroy is pretty textured. Make sure that it sticks on pretty well. Okay, and add the other one on the other side. And there we go. That finishes up card number 2. I hope you like it. All right, and the last project, our Dapper box. Okay, so to get started, I'm gonna start with this die cut piece of Very Vanilla cardstock, and I am going to use those Stampin' Right markers again. So I've got that Wishing You a Dapper Day image, and I'm going to ink this up in chocolate chip. I'm inking everything up except for the Wishing You a, and then these two little dots. Everything else I'm inking in chocolate chip. Get the mustache up here. Love this little mustache. Now I'm coming in with the Tranquil Tide to do the Wishing You a and the dots. Okay, that's good. Add a little breath. All right, that just remoistens the ink. And then stamp it down in the center. Give it a nice press. There we go. Perfect. I love it. Isn't that fun? I just love inking up with the Stampin' Right markers. So cool. All right, so let's get started on our box here. So you've got 2 pieces of Designer Series paper, again from that True Gentleman Designer Series paper. You can use whichever side you want. I liked this crumb cake side, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and add these down to the front of my box before I start building it up, just so I don't have to squish the box to add it on later. So I'll just center these pieces up on the front panels. Okay, and then all you have to do, the die for this box, it goes ahead and scores it for you. So all you've got to do is just give a gentle fold on those score lines. I'm not even going to use my bone folder. I found you don't really need to score it that hard because it's already scored so well from the die. So I'm really just giving it a nice little bit of encouragement, I guess you could say, but I'm not pressing down really hard on that piece. Okay, so once you've done that, you've kind of got everything nice and folded and ready to assemble. You want to decide which one you want to be the front. It doesn't really matter. And then we're going to turn them, the 2 pieces to face opposite directions, okay? And I'm going to flip this piece over, and I'm going to go ahead and add tear and tape to the inside side flaps of this piece. So I'm just going to put down some tear and tape, and sorry, I'm having to reach across, and I'm going to take a gift card and tear it that way. Oops, what am I doing? Oh boy, my brain is going crazy here. Okay, so put down another piece on this side, and again, tear that off. Okay, all right, so the backings are up. So now what you want to do is put them the opposite direction, line everything up really well. Make sure you've got it nicely lined up, and then adhere those together, okay? So now I've got that side together, and now I can just come over here. I'm gonna fold it, whoopsies. Make sure I get everything nicely lined up on this side. Just lining up those 2 edges. There we go, got it. Okay, and then you can tuck in these little pieces, fold in the little flap. There we go. Tuck in those side pieces, fold in the flap. Isn't that cute? I love it. So this is going to be the back of the box because you've got the seam where that seam meets from where I folded it back. So I don't want that to be at the front. So this is going to be the front of my box. Love it. So now what I'm going to do is take this piece of Night of Navy cardstock, bring in my banner triple punch, and just punch that out. There we go. And then I can add this on to the front with a little bit of fast fuse. I'll just center this up. Let me see, yeah. center this up and put it right about here. And I'm just lining it up to the designer series paper, the top of that, okay? Alrighty, and then what we're going to do is take your Tranquil Tide ribbon and center that up on the banner, wrap it around, okay? Wrap it around just like that. And then you're just going to tie this in a knot. Very easy. And I want to keep my ribbon straight on the front and the back, so I'm being very careful to not lose that. So see how it's straight? I don't want it to kink and roll over or anything like that. So I'm just trying to make sure that I keep it straight in the back because I like how that looks. Okay, so pull it and then just do it in a little knot. Okay. Just like that, a simple knot. You can cut this down a little bit, these tails down a little bit. Okay, very easy knot. And then the last step, I'm gonna add some dimensionals onto the back of my sentiment, and these dimensionals will really help to anchor that ribbon on where it is, and it'll still be able to be untied, but the ribbon won't fall off when you untie it. It'll still be attached thanks to the dimensionals behind the sentiment. We'll just center that up and put it right about here. And there we go. There is our finished Dapper box, and I just love it. I love this little box. Isn't that cute? So you can put any kind of little treats in there, a gift card, some shreddy with a gift card, just so many different things you can actually slip into this cute little box. So I love this. I'm so excited about this box. All right, so there you have it. Here are the 3 projects included in my free Truly Tailored project kit. I hope that you like these 3 projects. I think they're a lot of fun, and I just love the masculine feel to them. Remember, all you have to do to receive your free project kit in the mail from me is place a minimum $35 order in my online Stampin' Up! Store. That's $35 before tax and shipping. And I've got a link below this video in the description notes where you can head on over to my online store to place your order. And don't forget, when you do place your order, make sure you use the hostess code that I've got right here, as long as your order is less than $150. If your order is greater than that, don't use the code, because I want you to receive your Stampin' rewards that you earn for placing an order of that size, but you will still qualify to receive this free project kit in the mail from me, so don't worry about that. And you can find all the details about this feature of Club Quitabug over on today's coordinating blog post. I've also linked to that post just below the video. It says video blog post. Click there and you can find out all the details over there as well. And this kit will no longer be available beginning April the 30th, 2018. So make sure you get your order in between April 16th, which I know has already passed, and April the 30th in order to receive this free project kit in the mail from me. So thanks again, you guys. I'll be back soon with another tutorial. Bye now.